If we were playing SJW bingo when it comes to one singular story, this one right here, you'd get a blackout all over the cards. No offense, okay? Two lazy Vanderbilt University deans. Their words, not mine. Mine would be a little bit more colorful than that. Are suspended after they used ChatGPT. Oh, it's going to take over, just by idiots, to write a 297-word email to students about the deadly mass shooting at Michigan State. Remember how that happened and came and went and nobody cared about that because the shooter was black? There was apparently a heartfelt memo that got sent out to some of the campus students. And like I said, we're playing bingo on this one. So you got AI, ChatGPT, college campuses, mass shooting, Vanderbilt's Peabody Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Ding, 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 ding. There you go. Emailed students on February 16th, reminding them to take care of each other after the MSU shooting. That sounds like a threat. Vanderbilt University has apologized. Vanderbilt University about the geographically, that doesn't make any sense. So you're also virtue signaling off of this. This is a big think on this one. Has apologized for using artificial intelligence. Universities shouldn't be doing this stuff. Well, actually, they should be apologizing for something else, for having a D.I.E department. The Peabody Office of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion sent students an email on February 16th reminding them to take care of each other after the MSU shooting. Although the email came off as kind and offered students ways to help promote a caring environment with their peers instead of deriding white supremacy, because Alan McCrae, I think his name was? Anthony McCrae. Oh, there he is. Yeah, they couldn't call white supremacy on that one after he killed 3 people and put another 10 in hospital. No, they couldn't really say that. It had to have a caring tone to it, and you just take care of one another. Just worthless fluff. Although the email, yes, came off as kind and whatever to help promote a caring environment with the peers, at the very bottom it revealed that it wasn't written by a human. What an idiot. Paraphrase from OpenAI's ChatGPT AI language model. Now I understand why they're lazy. They couldn't even crop that out. God damn it, man. This is what you get when you get diversity hires. ChatGPT, artificial intelligence software, yeah, that a bunch of spurgs like to test. It's like, it's left-leaning. It's like, yeah, okay, cool, wonderful, fantastic. Who cares, bro? You continue to be mesmerized by a goddamn chatbot, and it's like, what is this, 1999? In an AOL chat room? Oh, somebody out there's replying to me. It's so weird. Oh, the end of the earth is coming. Email caused disgust amongst students, including Laith Kate. It's not a real name. Who is from Michigan and has a sister who attends MSU. There is the thick and twisted irony to making a computer write out your message to your community and togetherness because you can't be bothered to reflect on it yourself, he told the Vanderbilt Hustler. Not like that Hustler, the student newspaper. Vanderbilt senior Laith Kate, whose sister also attends MSU. What do we need to recap on that? Did an AI write this? No, they would be a little bit more concise. He said using ChatGPT to write a sensitive note was disgusting. But what do you expect from somebody who got hired based on how many boxes they could tick? We could read that if you want, but it apparently came off as kind and warm and had the little disclaimer on there as well. But hey, take a look at that. Wow, you got Walmart Shemima Begum and the Michael Clark Duncan we have at home. Those are the ones. It took 2 useless people to have an AI type out a script, and they probably each charge the entire day to do it. You can't make this stuff up, bro. Administrators only care about perceptions and their institutional politics of a saving face, he continued. Deans, provosts, and the chancellors do more, do anything, and lead us to a better future with genuine human empathy, not a robot. Or just get rid of those positions and have the schools teach something instead of just, well, how do you guys feel about that? Samuel Liu, a sophomore, told the student paper I put on the Valley Girl accent for the other guys, so maybe I should get one that's a little bit more appropriate for this. It's harder to take a message seriously when I know that sender didn't even take time to put their genuine thoughts and feelings into the word. In times of tragedy or something as this, we need more, not less humanity. And like a fortune cookie say, very dishonorable. As the outrage began, 2 deans signed off on the email. Nicole, Joseph, and Hassan. Assalamu alaikum. have temporarily stepped down from Peabody's, it says EDI, but I prefer Godsod's interpretation, D.I.E. office, review the situation. Peabody's Dean of Education. Yeah, how many deans are at this Peabody gimmick? Okay, Camilla P. Benbow. Suspicious amount of women we have in here. Said in a statement, Benbow's claimed. Benbow, hilarious, because what does that sound like? Anyways, claimed that the development and distribution of the email did not follow Peabody's normal processes. Yeah, I don't think you guys just overtly use AI programs like that, but amen. Nor was she or the other university administrators aware of the email before it was sent. Oh my god, so they went rogue. Oh my god, the machines are thinking. The machines are thinking. Benbow insisted she remained personally saddened by the loss of life and injuries. Yeah. At Michigan State. Yeah, but did she write a real letter about this? Anyways, Joseph, before she temporarily stepped down, sent a follow-up email to students on February 17th, apologizing to students for the poor judgment to the office to use the AI to write the email. This is also emblematic of why these little departments are so useless. It's like, okay, there's a tragedy that happened at another school that's out there. Really doesn't much matter, bro. What does that have to do with you? Like, it's sad that happened and all that stuff. You should almost get to the bottom of that and figure out, is there anything that we can do in order to prevent this from happening? Like having armed guards, or maybe reconsidering concealed carries for some of your administrators or your law-abiding, students that are around there. Maybe you can consider that, but no, that's off the table, because there's some people that might feel like Merch that they could be under threat because there's so many firearms that are around there. I don't know, maybe having a Department of Firearms training to make sure that people can properly defend themselves in the event that one of those crazy motherfuckers rolls up on the place. How about that, man? Because what? You had Idaho, University of Idaho a little while ago. You had Michigan State University twice up, got shot up. Both by a black guy. Huh, weird. But you don't want to point to that stuff. No, you just wanted to distract from this by saying, oh no, we're sorry that we didn't write a good enough letter. These departments are constantly the source of more problems than solution on campuses. But nobody wants to address that stuff. Hell, they don't want to be perceived as racist or misogynistic. Yeah, of course not. Heaven forbid you might want to do something appropriate for your institutions. Just weird, man. While we believe the message of inclusivity expressed in the email using ChatGPT to generate communications on behalf of our community in a time of sorrow, and the response to tragedy contradicts the values that characterize Peabody College. We should probably read this email, in fact. Okay. As with all new technologies that affect higher education, this moment gives us all an opportunity to reflect on what we know and must still learn about AI. Actually, you know what? We're gonna read this. We are, in fact, going to read this. Because if you can employ an AI, like they're saying that they're doing at Vanderbilt, what's the point of these places? Like, do we need to have robot inclusion in a bunch of these places? Because it seems like you can do without a couple of these useless deans that are down there. The recent Michigan shootings are a tragic reminder of the importance of taking care of each other, particularly in the context of creating inclusive environments. Sorry, what? As members of the Peabody campus community, we must reflect on the impact of such an event, takes steps to ensure that we are doing the best we can to create a safe and inclusive environment for all. Inclusive. One of the key ways to promote a culture of care on our campus is through building strong relationships with one another. This involves actively engaging with people from different backgrounds and perspectives. Yo, he was an outsider. This dude was like 43, and it just seemed like a random event where he went and he wanted to go shoot up a campus. I don't know how engaging with your fellow individual on campus is going to prevent a psychopath from roaming free. I would think, okay, cool. Why don't we beef up security and start strapping those dudes? How about that? We can also look out for one another by noticing signs of distress and offering support to those who may be struggling with mental health issues. That's nice. Another important aspect of creating an inclusive environment is to promote a culture of respect and understanding. This is so banal and repetitive and just mind-numbingly dumb. I could see why. If they just got rid of the little, tattletale at the bottom, this sounds perfect. It sounds like 100% something that one of these worthless little racist, divisive pet projects would come up with. It's on that level. This means valuing the diversity of experiences, perspectives, and identities on our campuses. 3 straight people, a black lady, a white lady, and a white guy, all from Michigan. 2 of them came from the same high school. We need to value all people. He was a 43-year-old psychopath who ran through campus and shot at 13 different people? Like, God, it's so useless. Why even bother sending this out? Finally, we must recognize that creating a safe and inclusive environment. Bro, what did you have, an inclusive counter that you needed to hit? Is an ongoing process that requires ongoing effort and commitment. This is so poorly written, it could only have come out of one of these die places. We must continue to engage in conversations about how we can do better, because that's what you're going to do with a wild shooter that comes on campus. Hi, sir. We're diverse here, and we need to have a conversation about your actions. Oh, my God. Learn from our mistakes. Like what, the white kid not jumping in the way of the bullet that killed the black girl? Like, is that what we're going to be doing here? Work together and build a stronger, more inclusive community, because that's going to help. Because that's what I want, a diverse and inclusive piece of body armor that has, you know, different textures and materials. You got Kevlar, you got chain, you got wheat, you got a whole bunch of different strong and empowered materials, because diversity is our strength. In the wake of the Michigan shooting, so let us come together. Is that the first time? Oh no, right, the first line and the beginning of the last paragraph. That's the only time that they mentioned Michigan. Important. Okay, let us come together as a community to reaffirm our commitment. Please come together and adhere to our pseudo religion. Is it even pseudo at this point? By doing so, we can honor the victims of this tragedy and work towards a safer, more compassionate future for all, where guns don't exist anymore. We can just all lose them in a tragic boating accident. That's supposed to be some sort of compassionate plea? Bro, that's terrible. Terrible and useless, and exactly what I would expect from somebody either operating or writing something that's devoid of actual content. It would only come from an equity, a diversity, and inclusion office. But it's just so funny, because it always ends up coming from the people that are least qualified and the highest positions. Don't know anything about their background. Hell, I'm not even going to think about them again whatsoever. It's just, it gets really hard not to point out the patterns. So, with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.